What's up everybody, Chris coming to you from Salty Island, and we are incredibly pleased to say that we have completed the first D&D project that solved the Salty Island campaign. And this first project is a one-shot. It is our first foray into D&D, something that we wanted to share with the community to be able to give back to the community. So I am also incredibly pleased to say that this tabletop D&D setup is for the community. If anyone is in the Las Vegas or Henderson area and you are interested in playing in this module that we've put together, hit us up, let us know. We will work with you to coordinate a time. You can either come to the Salty HQ or we can meet you over at War Room Games. They're great friends of ours. But we will be more than happy to run this as many times as people want to play this. This is our way of trying to give a little something back to the community. So we hope that you guys enjoy our little walkthrough. First thing that we do want to shout out is that none of this video is sponsored by anyone. This is all paid for by Salty Island. So any opinions that we have on any of the things that we've used for this is entirely our own. No one's paid us to say any of this stuff. So with that said, we want to start out, as you can see on the screen here. This is SteamForged games, the basis of what we've put together. They're epic encounters. For $50, they provided all the miniatures inside of this one box, as well as some rough maps, and really the basis of the idea for where this got started from. So shout out to SteamForged games. One, their miniatures were really nice. For $50, we got 20 miniatures. We painted them all up. They come unpainted. We painted them up, but they were a joy to paint. And for that price, you just can't beat it. Especially if you follow us on our 40K channel, you know that one model can cost you $50. A box of 10 Space Marines is $50. Instead, we got an entire Kobold clan, 20 models, and they were all very nice detail. They're 25 millimeter, so smaller than GW, but at the same time, they're really nice. Inside of it, they've got some lore. We've kind of modified it, written our own little bit of lore. For those who missed our review, the 30-second review it comes with the stat blocks that you need. They are based on the D&D actual characters though, and they show you pictures of the models that align with them appropriately. There's a picture of some of the models in the background. But Shrine of the Cobalt Queen is the basis on that. Next thing that I do want to shout out here is this mat. 1-inch square mat. This is by Kraken. Kraken did this. It is a cloth. It is very light, very easy to transport. Vibrant colors. Really like it. I will say the lava inside of the mat that comes with Epic Encounters, a little bit nicer detail, but this one for its full size, as you can kind of see here, cannot be beat. It's fantastic. The price was perfectly acceptable. Delivered to us, really nice packaging. Ironed it flat, and as you can see, we've got some lava. And as you can probably guess, we're going to back it up a little bit here and give you a full view. As you can see, we've got the full table set up here, just like with all of our tabletop, painted terrain, painted miniatures, and we've got some lights up in here to kind of give it a little bit of extra ambiance to the whole thing. And we're going to give you a little walkthrough about what you can expect when you come to play the Salty Island Shrine of the Cobalt Queen. So, there is a backstory narrative in which we're running. It's the Salty Islands are a bit of a multiversal hub. So what that means for all of you D&D players is we will pretty much let you guys play whatever you want. It is up to the party how they want to run their game. So for example, if you want to run it Encounter style, which is core book +1. If you want to run it print is in play, where you can include everything, things like the Ravnica book, the Zendikar book, the Spelljammer, all of the books put together, you can. That's cool. If you want to homebrew your own characters and your table and your party agrees that that's a cool thing that you guys want to do, we're cool with that too. Like I said, this is really for you, the players. We've designed and set up and kind of practiced through it. We've tuned the encounters a little bit. It is tuned for 4 third-level characters that start with a single magic item, uncommon. That is what we tuned it against. The session is set up for a 4-hour play session. So again, if you can clear through it faster, awesome. You cannot take longer than 4 hours, though. There is a bit of a narrative hard cap on 4 hours, as you'll kind of see here. And when the party arrives on the island, one of the first things you'll see is this Cobalt Village. As you can see, it is fully 3D. There are miniatures representing everything in the village, everything of importance at least, including all the kobolds. Kobolds are all painted. The houses can't be opened up. There you go, so you can get inside of it if you want to. The shrine here, the little altar. And yet here's the shrine behind it. And there's the kobold priests. And pretty much what you see is what you get for all the miniatures. So for example, this kobold over here with a spear. And there's one over here with a bow. And then you've got one riding a snake. All of these things are what you see is what you get. There's a little blacksmith thing. And I do want to give a quick shout out. This shrine here, quick shout out to 3D Dungeon Labs. I will put links to all of these people in the description down below. A lot of this came from Etsy orders. So 3D Dungeon Labs printed us this awesome shrine. They resized it to specifically the size we need. Shout out to them. Thank you for working with us. This altar here in front, this is from RynsWildMenagerie. This thing is beautiful and was a joy to paint. Also, was able to be resized. Shout out to you. We really appreciate that. The Blacksmith Set over here. This is by HyGroundTiles. This came with a larger Blacksmith Set, but for the purpose of what we wanted, we hacked it up a little bit, made it open-topped, and kind of just repurposed a lot of the things because we wanted people to be able to see. There is a roof on the original version. We wanted people to be able to see inside of it just for the game purposes. All right, we're going to edit this in here. DungeonArtifacts. These are the people who made these huts. They are part of also a larger set, but we specifically just wanted the huts, and he resized them for us to fit on the grids, as you can see. And these huts are pretty much, obviously when you resize it, right, they get a little shorter, but again, because they're kobold huts, these things are like perfect. Big shout out to all the people. Trees, these are the old Games Workshop tree stands from the wildwood trees, the old ones. I think they're pretty much perfectly sit on this table. And when the party first arrives, you will run across this Cobalt Village. You're up to the party, how you guys want to deal with getting through this, but obviously these kobolds are a problem, and as you can see by this shrine here, they're not really up to any good. And then, once you go ahead and clear that, you will enter the dungeon proper, or into the volcano, essentially. These dungeon tiles are Warlock tiles. I do want to give a shout out, Wizkids Warlock tiles. They are incredibly easy to use. I do like them a lot. We had a real hard time deciding between these and Dwarven Forge tiles. Dwarven Forge is super nice, but one of the things that I like about these tiles, and I'll show you here, is that because they clip together, we are able to separate this into pieces here. And as you can see, you can move and lay out the sections, and because they're clipped together, we can lay them out in pieces as people explore the dungeon to give that true dungeon exploration type feel. So you'll come into this room, and I do want to shout out these little lit braziers here. As you can see, they give little flickering candlelight. These are amazing. I want to give a shout out to McKeeMorology. Shout out to you. We got like a ton of these things. We got a few of them just painted up for the purpose of this little display demo here. There's some crates, some rubble pile in there. But you got this cool little setup here. There's some stabby kobolds. As you can see here, he's got 2 knives for stabbing 2 adventurers once, or 1 adventurer twice. And then you'll come down this little zigzag hallway into another room, your second little fight here. There are 3 more of these fire snakes. Very cool. And then there's this little like hidden room here. What could be in here, I wonder? Come and play. Come and find out. And then leads you out into this area here. Looks like these two kobolds are trying to feed a basilisk some meats. And this is the Wizkids, the 4D bridge. This thing is pretty awesome, actually. I want to give big shout out to Wizkids. There was a long time where, I kind of like crapped all over their miniatures, and they're pretty subpar, especially coming from a tabletop kind of a background. But really, a lot of their stuff is extremely high quality these days. This one is modular. You can see there's a bit of a crack here in the center. That's on purpose. You can add a piece in the middle to make the bridge even longer. And there are risers on the bottom if you want to lift the bridge super high to have like a big spanning bridge where it'll span like a river or something. So this bridge is fantastic. It also came with a ton of little extra things. Some little bridge guards, a little outhouse keep, some chains to block it off, some barricades, a whole bunch of little extras that are fantastic. This is absolutely a great purchase. And then lastly, it will take you here to this final encounter. This is also a Warlock tiles with the rune circle. And as you can see here at the end, whoops, try to get this in focus. We've got good old Mother Krangor here to greet you for the final encounter. And you must defeat Mother Krangor to stop the volcano from erupting, save the island, be a hero, kill some kobolds. They kind of deserve it. Unless you're playing a kobold. Then you brave. Then you just brave. But this is a quick walkthrough. There's a bunch of little secrets and a little add-on hidden things that are inside of this dungeon that we haven't mentioned. Don't want to spoil things for everyone, but I just wanted to go ahead and give everyone a walkthrough. We're incredibly happy with how this project came out, and we invite everyone, even if you're just traveling to Vegas and vacationing here, if you're showing up for a convention, you know that we got cons here all the time, or if you live here, Vegas, Henderson, we will be more than happy to host here at the Salty Island HQ, or we can meet you over at War Room Games. Like I said, they have lots of space there. Great, fantastic, friendly people. That's kind of our hobby shop of choice, and we'll be happy to run it over there for you as well. So thank you all for checking it out. We really appreciate it. We will probably actually be putting some playthrough of this in the future, but maybe not like right away. We're gonna like maybe give some people a chance to play it through. We'll probably also be throwing up a disclaimer at the front of this, that way that there's going to be a little spoilers here if you want to go in blind. But if you've watched this and you're interested, hit us up down below. We will throw how to contact us in the description down below. And thank you everyone for your support for this YouTube channel, for just being cool people in the hobby. We've really had a great time interacting, and D&D community seems to be a really fantastic community. And once again, we're going to give an extra shout out, like I said, SteamForged Games for just putting these miniatures and not making them nonsensically expensive. Shout out to you guys for that. Especially from, like I said, being used to paying $40 for one single model, or $50 for 20, and basically making a whole Kobold clan. One other interesting thing that we do want to point out, this is more for us as tabletop people, but if you come and play this scenario, you will not kill the same miniature twice. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with reusing miniatures. I don't expect anyone to paint, 30 kobolds just to have 30 kobolds. No one's going to fight 30 kobolds all at the same time. But coming from a wargaming background where I've painted 50 Space Marines and 50, little cultist guys, painting 20 kobolds, painting an entire kobold clan, I thought was really cool. And getting to pile up the dead kobold bodies into a pile at the end of the session so you can see the hard work of your characters. I thought that was actually really cool. And it was a nice little add-on that we wanted to do for ourselves, but we hope that you guys enjoy stuff like that as well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for everyone. Please, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit the like. If you want to see more D&D stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let us know that this is something that you guys are interested in seeing more of as well. We already have ideas spanning for the next D&D table that we'd like to do. We're thinking it's going to be, like I said, another sort of one-shot, but it might tie together in the greater scheme of the Salty Island D&D universe. So we'll see. We'll see. It will definitely be a little higher level. We've gotten some community feedback on that one. This one's 3rd level. We're thinking maybe 5 or 6, you know? Comment down below, actually. Comment down below what your favorite level is to play in D&D. And we will definitely see whatever gets the most. Maybe that's what we'll be running for the next adventure that we put together. With full miniatures, full terrain. We've got a lot more of these Warlock tiles. Lots. So we can build something big. Maybe a town. You guys want a town? Actually see what Salty Island looks like? Let us know. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you all. Please keep hobbying safe, and most importantly, peace out.